Sup, y'all? I haven't talked to you guys since last decade. Haha. And also last month, or last year, and 2, 3 months ago. I've been wanting to do a little one take update for those of you guys that still watch my videos and care. So, Merry belated Christmas. Happy New Year to all you guys. It's New Year's Day 2020. So I want to give y'all an update. The last video I did, I feel like I introduced you to the cats. I don't remember what else I've said beyond that, so some of this might be old information, some might be new. I have no idea. I left the milk job. I think I told you guys that, and then I had done concrete. As I say that, I'm thinking I did tell you guys. Left the milk job. That was honestly probably one of the worst jobs I've ever had in terms of hours worked to the amount of pay that I got. My bank account and my bills show that pretty well right now. Driving a concrete truck, fun. It's a challenge. Like every job, it's got its ups and its downs, pros and cons. But I'll take driving a concrete truck though over pretty much every other job I've had. A lot of people have tried to sell me on going back out over the road because there's such a demand for it. Sometimes I miss the over the road life, but not at all enough to even consider really doing it. It's kind of like, yeah, that was fun, good times. Move on to the next chapter. Driving a concrete truck's fun. I can't complain. Making way more money per hour than I did with the milk. And with the concrete company, I can get basically all the hours I want, up to 40 hours a week, especially this time of year with shorter days. A lot of our customers do not pour concrete in the dark. Some do, but it's rare. They'll have a big pour in the middle of the night. We've done it like once or twice, but it's not even the middle of the night. It's just early in the morning, like 3 in the morning. That's that. This time of year, though, doing a lot more work on my truck, making my truck look nice and pretty. Then delivering concrete. I think in the last week, I think I've had 2 8-hour days where I did not deliver a single load of concrete. I just do another miscellaneous work around the plant, tidying up, cleaning up. Still a lot of that to do. I got a lot of things that I see that I can do to get hours this winter, because from what I understand, January and February are basically dead. I'm very secretive about that because I don't want to give ideas to my other coworkers, because if they do those things, that takes hours away from me. And there are things basically anyone with eyes can see that they need to be done. So, if one of my coworkers beats me to it, that's great. Happy for them. I'm not going to say a darn word. There's a lot of my coworkers on a slow day, when we have rain or whatever, they'll show up to work for half an hour and then find out it's a slow day, probably not going to do much, and they'll leave. There's enough of those guys. That's cool. I need all the hours I can get. I spend about $2,100 on myself for Christmas this year. And when I say that it's all stuff on my pickup truck. It's a 2012, but it's now 2000. It was 2019. So it's a 7-year-old truck. I needed new tires. I found that out the hard way. Roads are wet. Not just driving. I turned sideways twice. Going the speed limit, not doing anything fancy. So I had to get new tires. That set me back. And then I've had a coolant leak for about the last year. And within the last month, it's gotten a lot worse. So I had to take that in. The truck needed to be serviced anyway. So to get the truck serviced, diagnostic fee on exactly what was going on with the coolant leak, and to fix the coolant leak, that turned into another $1,100. So the total turn was just over $2,000 at the end of the day. Yeah, that sucked. So I need all the hours I can get. I went back to California for Thanksgiving. That was fun. I would have rather gone home for Christmas, but my 10-year high school reunion was the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So I flew out there Thanksgiving Day. My brother picked me up at the airport, got to my parents' house, and about an hour to relax before the first guest arrived for Thanksgiving. It was fun. Caught up with a lot of people. It was fun. I did not have many meals that I had to figure out on my own. A lot of it was just meeting with people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the week I was there. It was really cool. Really good time. Had a couple conversations that would have been cool not to have had. Just people and their very negative, inaccurate personas of past events and people's actions during past events. Literally, events are like 12 years old. Um, there's just no, in my opinion, there's no point in bringing that stuff up anymore. But it is what it is. So I had to deal with a lot of that, which I just didn't care for. What else? New Year's Eve, I got a surprise. I was at work. During a moment of downtime, I put my phone. I go on Facebook. My Facebook had been deactivated, so I appealed it because I believe that's an accident. I have not done anything that I'm aware of to upset someone. I mean, everyone gets upset over everything, so I mean, it's likely I did. I gotten kicked out of a group on Facebook before. Someone posted something that was supposed to be funny. I didn't see the humor in it. I was just kind of asking, like, am I missing something? Like, what's going on? And a couple people called me a couple different names about, about all I'm doing is just asking for information, seeing if I missed something. Like, genuinely, that's what it is. And there are people who are commenting, like, you can't be this stupid, and things like that. It's like, maybe I'm missing something. Like, I genuinely don't know. I called them juvenile because they're truly acting like junior hires. Like, that's the type of response I would get when I was in junior high. These are people that are supposedly adults. They're like college educated. It's like, you're acting very juvenile. I got kicked out of a group. That was pretty cool. It's kind of funny because I've been thinking about leaving this group for a while now because it was nice when it was small, but it's gotten big and it's just not what it once was. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, but so then I was like, oh, I can go on my Instagram. Same thing on my Instagram. My Instagram had been disabled, which is interesting because they have 2 different passwords. I believe they're tied to the same email address, but 2 different passwords. So I don't know what happened. I think Instagram and Facebook are connected though somehow. I forget how exactly. So right now I don't have Instagram. I have recreated Facebook. Just kind of waiting to see. I put an appeal to both because I don't believe this was on purpose. I honestly do not believe I've broken any community standards for either platform, but it is what it is. I do miss Instagram though. I will probably end up recreating a Instagram, but I'll try to give it another day or two and see if I hear back on the appeal process and what happened with that. So on Facebook, I'm going to miss the memories. That's something I always do. Like, sometimes I share them, sometimes I don't. But at least for me individually, every day it's fun to see what I was doing, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's definitely, it's always fun throughout the holiday season because there's different memories of how we did holidays. Like 5 years ago, this past Christmas, we were in England visiting my sister who was doing a semester there. And so it's kind of cool to, see those pictures again, see those posts, and kind of, in a weird way, kind of relive that memory. So, I don't know. New Year's Day was always special because I spent New Year's Day 6 years ago in Thailand on a mission trip with my church, and that was fun. That was a very memorable New Year's. So, I mean, I'm pretty certain I have those pictures somewhere. I know I have everything from England in my trucking career. Those are all backed up and stored. No big deal. I do not know about my Thailand pictures. I'm certain they're somewhere. I cannot go exactly to where they are. So I don't know. So that kind of stinks. The cats are doing well. There's Ben. Hi, Ben. Oops, I can't zoom in on this camera. Oops. I have to turn it around. Yeah, there's Ben. He's doing good. Where's Jerry? Jerry. Sometimes Jerry calls when I call him. Ben always does. Because since Ben can see me, he doesn't care. Jerry. There he is. Hey, Jerry. How are you? You want to say hi to everybody? Nope? Okay. So yeah, cats are doing well. Earlier today, it's so easy on Ben. Ben's black, or because Jerry's black, it's hard to tell. They have fleas again. I was fighting fleas on them for the longest time. Finally got them done, and today I was petting Ben, and I had to fight him too. I saw what I thought was a flea, but I was kind of digging just to make sure it wasn't maybe Christmas tree sap or anything. And finally, I was able to I had to hold him down. It kind of sucked to have to do that. But saw that he had fleas, so treated the boys for fleas. Their medication. Woohoo! I can smell it right now. Joe's in my lap. I can smell it. It does not smell good. It works, so it's very effective. And I actually got some on my hand just now. Guess what I'm doing? Well, this video is uploading. Washing my hands. The other thing going on, probably this is, I'm very certain, a temporary thing. For the last like 2 days, so yeah, 48 hours now, I have been just incredibly, I felt funny, and basically I've been dizzy basically the entire time. Just sometimes I'm more dizzy than others. So I just now earlier tonight went to urgent care to get checked out. They ran all sorts of tests. They couldn't find anything immediately wrong with me. Basically told me to hydrate because I could be dehydrated even though I'm showing no signs of it. Told me to take allergy medication just in case because they think it could be an inner ear thing, so just to dry me all up in the head, ears, nose, throat, all that fun stuff. They're also getting me on a medicine that could work. They think, again, it's to clear up like my head as a whole. So I should be getting that probably tomorrow would be my guess, with holiday hours, with today being New Year's Day. So we'll see. I actually left work early yesterday because I wasn't feeling like it'd be a smart choice for me to drive. So we'll see what happens. With that, so yeah, went to Walmart, got some water, got some Pedialyte, got some Gatorade, and that's going to be my liquid diet for the next couple of days. Even though basically water has been my diet the last couple of days. Thinking maybe I am just dehydrated. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll be curious to see. Next step is make a appointment with my regular doctor and have a full blood analysis done. So that's on the agenda for tomorrow. I could actually call them tonight and leave a message, but yeah. So that's what's going on with me. I think that's pretty much it. Can't think of anything else. That's what's going on with me. For those of you guys that still watch my videos whenever I upload them, I know I don't really upload anything anymore. I'd like to do a video kind of showing you guys what I do with the concrete. That may or may not happen. It'd be so much helpful if I had someone else to help me with it. Or maybe I could probably do it wearing a GoPro, like on my head. Maybe. I don't know how workers would feel about that I pour for, but that could happen. So yeah, it's possible, but don't expect it. Let's put it that way. But hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you guys, I'm sure, at some point in the future. Oh, another thing that happened I forgot to tell you guys about. I'm so sorry. This is, very typical Evan. I'm pretty certain I told you guys about her. When I was driving for Warner, there was a period of time when I was at Walmart, driving for Walmart temporarily, and I basically sat around and did nothing. There was not much to do. I know I was making videos regularly at this point. I think I did upload videos. They were just like, yep, went to Walmart. They didn't need me. So now I'm at the truck stop again. I met a lady there during that time. Her name is Lois. And she and I stayed in touch. She stayed at Warner way longer than me. Although she had the same issues and then some with Warner. She really stuck it out. Then she got a local job where she's from in New Hampshire. And basically, since we've both gone local, we would have basically a once a month phone call, touch base, see how we're doing. Her sister died this spring, this past spring, and in Montana. So on her way home to New Hampshire, she stopped in Tennessee on her way home, which isn't really on the way, but I mean, she made it on the way. She spent the night at my house, and then she also has like a great nephew or something along that line in Nashville. So then we went up, saw her great nephew, and that was pretty much it. We did not hang out much, but she did spend the night at my house. That was fun. So anyway, during trying to be in touch with her once a month, I called her, and we last talked in the end of September. I called her in the middle of October for something specific. I forget what it was, and she didn't answer. And at that time, I was like, she's got to be dead and not answer the phone. Like, she's one of those people, like, even if she was busy, she'd answer the phone and say, let me call you back, and hang up and not give me a chance to say anything. But I didn't really think much of it. Just like, okay, whatever. This is an abnormal time. She hauls natural gas. Definitely a little more dangerous work. I was like, okay, she's probably working, not a big deal. But then I never got a call back, and that made it even more weird. So I kept calling her basically every couple of weeks. Then one time, the last time I called her, her phone was disconnected. So I went on Google and I googled her name. Go ahead if you guys want to. It's Lois Johnson, and then I said New Hampshire. That's where she's from, and she died in a truck crash. Um, she appeared. She went over a guardrail and rolled the truck. All I know from fishing around social media, and trying to message her family to know exactly what went on. The only thing they guys just said was foggy that night. I know that one of her complaints was that she complained about the company's upkeep of their vehicles. So there's a part of me that wonders if she didn't have some sort of mechanical issue, potentially a health issue, because she is older. She was 60 something. So that was an very unexpected loss, but I mean, what can you do? It's funny because our last phone call, she had talked about wanting to leave that company and take some time off to travel and see her friends that she's made in the trucking world, basically from Oregon to Arizona to Tennessee, to North Carolina to Florida, back up to New York. And then she was hoping to start a new job with Walmart, but she just kind of wanted to make sure the stars were going. She needed the stars to align first, and that never happened. So, so that sucked. Yeah, very sad. But that's life. It's kind of one of those things, it's all the regular things of grieving. Like, man, if I knew that was going to be our last phone call, things would have gone a little different. Or if I knew I wouldn't be able to talk to her again, I would have, said this or that. But that, just normal grieving stuff. But it is what it is. That's life. So I'm gonna end this. As a long video, way longer than I wanted it to be, but that's me. When I get talking, I get talking. I'll talk to you guys whenever. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and yeah, see ya.